Where in the Folk is not and should not be viewed as a news source. Any names, places, or likenesses mentioned are purely fictional, and any information discussed is purely speculative. Guest opinions are their own and do not reflect those of anyone else. Where in the Folk is not responsible for content accuracy of any stories that are told or what people do with these stories. This show is vulgar, sometimes graphic, and due to its content, it should not be viewed by anyone actually.
Welcome to another episode of Where in the Folk. Thank you all for joining us again this week. My name is Cecil. You got Tolly over there, and you got Morgana down there. And I'd like to thank anybody that shout out and that had their thoughts with my little puppy. She's back this week. She's perfectly fine. Right. She healed up. So, so thank you for joining. Yeah, I'm too. I'm stoked. So thank you all for joining us where we cover strange news and stuff you might not just hear on everywhere. And we're going to go ahead and get started with a Friday Feel Good. I haven't read this yet, but it says the jury is out. And this is in reference to Mario.
Hey, Crystal.
Hey, Crystal. Nintendo made headlines by officially clarifying the relationship status of one of the gaming's most iconic duos, Mario and Princess Peach, stating that they're just good friends who help each other out whenever they can. This revelation shared via Nintendo Today app and first spotlight by ex-user at @CurPinkyFurry and ended our over 4 decades of speculation about the romantic connection between the Mushroom Kingdom's hero and princess. So that's really disappointing because I always thought they were, you know, a couple, and he was always up to save the princess because she was,
or at least an aspiring couple.
I didn't know they were just bros. Anyway, despite
I think this is heavily contested.
Yeah. Despite Mario's countless rescues of Peach from Bowser's clutches since the debut in the 1985 Super Mario Brothers, often rewarded with a kiss on the cheek or a cake. Now, this is what really makes me mad. If they're just friends, I've saved Tolly 100 times from Bowser's Castle and never got a kiss on a cheek nor a cake. He does make brisket every once in a while, so that's fine.
That's true.
Nintendo's statement firmly places their bond in the realm of platonic friendship. The announcement has sparked a mix of reactions, with fans pointing to past moments like Mario's proposal attempt in Super Mario Odyssey. Peach rejected him, by the way. Or romantic hints in Mario Party's 5 cutest couple label as evidence of a deeper connection, while others see this as Nintendo's effort to maintain family-friendly, flexible narrative. Don't buy it. I don't buy it at all.
I don't buy it either. It just seems like they're, Mario was created in the 80s.
Yeah,
it was just a different time, but even so, you can't change history. No. I mean, you can attempt to, but nobody's subscribing to this. Nintendo.
No. Hi, Linda. So
hey, Linda.
The decision to define Mario and Peach as friends has fueled lively debates across social media. Fans humorously lamenting Mario's friend zone fate after decades of heroic efforts, while others argue it aligns with Nintendo's pattern of keeping character relationships ambiguous. Ooh, I said a big word.
Ambiguous. Yes.
Ambiguous. As seen with Link and Zelda. Critics of the statement include posts on X and Reddit have called it inconsistent with the franchise history, citing Peach's kisses in the game like Super Mario World and Mario 64, or marketing like the Nintendo's 2014 Valentine's Day tweet featuring the duo has something to prove that they're a relationship. Some speculate
easy.
Some speculate Nintendo's move is strategic, aiming to keep Super Mario Universe open-ended for future stories. Done. I mean, who cares? But I will say this: he did an awful lot. Like, over the 40
She should at least be a little beholden to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gives him kisses on the cheek and stuff, you know. Like, thanks, bud.
Well, that's kind of the point here. Is like they've insinuated these relationships, and now they're trying to like. Here's okay. Why would they do this? That's my question. Is like why even bother with this about like pissing people off and stuff?
They're fixing to come out with something, and this is their lead up to.
There's actually a spoof of Mario and Princess Peach. I can't remember what song, but he comes and he saves her, and he's like, "Will you marry me?" And she's like, "No," and he's like, he kind of gets disgruntled about it and just leaves her and throws her back to Bowser. I can't remember what the name was. Can't remember what that was on. I might have dreamed that actually.
Might have dreamed it.
I might have. You never know.
Oh goodness.
Did you have a feel good, Morgana?
I do. And this one, these are the kinds of stories I really like to hear. A little boy from Florida created a homemade University of Tennessee t-shirt and got picked on about it. Well, the University of Tennessee found out about it, and they decided to create this shirt to sell. So far, they have sold 112,715 shirts for $14.99 a shirt in the 3 months they were made available. They're not making it now, but so like right at $1 million is what they have made on this shirt, $952,000.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The boy and his family requested that the proceeds from the shirt be donated to an organization dedicated to the prevention of bullying. So all proceeds from the shirt, approximately $8.45 per shirt, will go to benefit Stomp Out Bullying. And on top of that, they also, in recognition of his volunteer spirit, the university offered him honorary admission for him to join the class of 2032. In addition, he's been awarded a 4-year scholarship covering his tuition and fees beginning in fall 2028 if he decides to attend UT and meets admission requirements. They will cover the cost of the scholarship separately than the funds raised from the t-shirt sales.
Oh, nice.
That's just cool. Phenomenal. I love
that's
that
awesome.
Story.
Coming from Tennessee too. That's really amazing.
Yep. Yep.
I mean,
so
that's cool.
Yeah. So there's my feel good. So what you got, Tully?
Well, so I guess it's a good time. So next week, we're going to be talking to a gentleman from a honey company.
Honey.
And we've been talking to these people. The company is called 4RBs. So it's like the number 4, the letter R, and then bees.com. And I think after extensive conversations that we can all agree that we're kind of on the same page about the importance of bees in our society. Therefore, we have decided to do a partnership. And we'll be talking to him like super in depth next weekend on the 8th. And you can hear all about the technology behind the bees and stuff. But I'll give a quick read. And I made a new doodad up here if you do want to get an easy way to get the honey. If you want to get the honey.
Yeah.
So anyway, here's this bill. So, and you can Google this because I was skeptical of this statistic. But in the last year, 70% of US bee colonies, more than 1.1 million hives were lost, which is true. Marking the worst collapse on record during winter. Bees pollinate 75% of the world's food, making their survival also critical to our survival. So what the people at 4RBs are doing, I'm getting a little feedback. I don't know. But what they're doing is they use a quantum technology. It's a quantum frequency device with 48,000 rare earth magnets in the shape of the flower of life. So sacred geometry. The dude that owns it was basically a master in sound therapy and other alternative therapies. And he's like, well, what if like we could help the bees with this kind of thing? And there's a lot more to it than that we'll get into when we talk. But here's what's really cool. All of your food, all of your vegetables and stuff like that, if you were to test it today, you go to the grocery store, you get an ear of corn or something, all of your vegetables nearly are going to test positive for glyphosate, which is Roundup, or some sort of pesticide. It is absolutely amazing that they've tested their honey and there's zero glyphosate, even though these bees are going out to sources that probably do have glyphosate. But basically, they're using these things called pure wave cells. They're putting them under the honey hives, under the beehives, and it increases yields on the honey and increases the health of the bees, which is absolutely insane. And we're going to be getting together some videos and stuff just to give you guys a whole rundown. But every show now, we're going to give them a shout out. And because we're partners, if you use the code WITF, where in the folk, you can get 20% off honey if you want to buy it, which is cool. I'm going to be using it.
I'm gonna
yeah.
I mean, it's a really good, it's a good initiative for sure, and it goes towards something. Because I mean, if anybody was alive, in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, you see honeybees everywhere. Think of the last time you seen one, or how many you've seen recently. And they are one of the largest pollinators in the world.
Yeah.
And we're losing them. So we need to try to fight back against this any way we can. So,
yeah, we, I'm not going to stand up here and say that we're not going to make money off of it. Cause it's definitely a sponsorship, but we've had the opportunity to sell stuff since we started.
Yeah.
We didn't really feel like Blue Chew was the right fit for us to sell to people. But what's really cool is, even though we're making a little bit of money just to support the stream, literally like tens of dollars that will go straight back into our software, but every purchase also directly supports a beekeeper. So they're giving away these sacred geometry cells to beekeepers, and they only get their honey from those beekeepers.
Yep.
The honey's creamed. It's never heated up. And I don't know. You just have to, I don't want to spend a bunch of time yapping about it. Just go to their website and check out their mission statement. I'll tell you what's trippy. Look at where they're keeping their bees. Like they have an EMF protected like dome for their bees.
That's awesome.
Yes.
But yeah, we're going to have the founder of the company. He's going to be on next Saturday. It'll be a crazy conversation.
Yep. He'll be talking the technology, the science, the metaphysical, a little bit of all of it.
Yeah. And then tomorrow night, if you're in for a little bit less metaphysical conversation, we have a retired New York police detective coming on the show. And he is a firecracker. He's going to be talking about the dysfunction of the New York City Police Department.
It's Vic Ferrari, and I absolutely love Vic Ferrari.
He's hilarious. Yeah.
I think I've got all his books. I might be a book or two behind. He writes a bunch of very funny books about the New York Police Department.
Things that don't make the news.
Yeah, exactly.
And we usually go live on 8 p.m. on Sundays, but tomorrow will be 7 p.m. Vic needed to do a little bit earlier.
Sounds good. Usually when we talk to him for 2 or 3 hours anyway, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. This will be a fun time.
Yeah.
Okay. Where do we want to go first?
But go and check out 4RB.
Yeah, go check out the website, even if you don't want to buy anything, and because there is a level of pseudoscience here, but what is considered pseudoscience. Obviously, our beliefs on this kind of thing, and it's something we can get behind. It's not gimmicky. the honey that they're selling is literally like if I were to go to Jungle Gyms and get local honey, it's the same price. And you get 20% off. So I'm gonna be buying it.
I am too.
That's it. Hey, can we use our code?
We
Yes.
can. I'm
All
going.
right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm getting the discount.
Yes.
And we'll start eating it, like taking a shot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Nick, we'll pick up Blue Chew too and just start dipping our Blue Chews in the honey before the show.
I'm not eating the Blue Chews, guys. I'm just not.
And everybody, before we get started, could just say, "Are you hardly working or working hard?"
We can help some. Well, I'll take them.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so to something a little less serious, there was a shooting at Blackstone this week.
A little more serious.
No, I don't know. Blue Chews or shootings. So on July the 28th, a tragic shooting occurred at 345 Park Avenue, a midtown Manhattan office tower housing major businesses, including Blackstone, the National Football League, Rudden Management, and KPMG. The gunman, identified as Shane Devon Tamura, a 27-year-old from Las Vegas, entered the building lobby around 6:30 p.m. with an M4 rifle and opened fire, killing 4 people before taking his own life on the 33rd floor. The victims were an NYPD officer, I'm going to go with Didarul Islam, 36, a Bangladeshi immigrant and father of 2 working off-duty security, Blackstone executive Wesley Lepatner, 43, a senior managing director and CEO of Blackstone Real Estate Income, Rudden Management associate Julia Hyman, 27, a Cornell graduate, and security guard Alan Etienne, 46. An NFL employee, Craig Clementi, was seriously injured but survived. Tamira's motive, I think when this came in, was kind of unclear, but I think now they're trying to say that he suggested that the grievance was actually against the NFL, referencing chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE, a brain condition linked to head trauma. Authorities noticed that he never played in the NFL, but had a history of mental health issues, including involuntary hospitalizations in Nevada. Surveillance footage showed him exiting a black BMW, firing in the lobby, and proceeding to the 33rd floor, where he killed Hyman and himself. The incident prompted a massive police response, office closures, and a vigil at Bryant Park. Investigations continue into his journey and mental health background. But just to highlight on the Blackstone employee, some posts on social media have claimed she earned around $9,000 per minute based on industry norms from top private equity executives. If she earned, say, $10 million per year, a conservative estimate for someone of her rank, and worked approximately 2,000 hours annually, which is standard, her hourly rate would be $10 million divided by 2,000, which is $5,000 per hour. So basically, she made $83 per minute.
Yeah, I thought that was important because I saw a video of somebody being like, "She made $9,000 a minute." It was only 83.
Yep.
So calm down. But this was a real person. It sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that I believe the whole NFL thing.
Well, I was going to say, that was the thing that I remember one person early on saying that the reason that she and some of the others were killed was because the guy got off on the wrong floor. He was looking for the NFL and
that just don't
Blackstone, and
it don't feel right.
Yeah,
like I feel like they would, even if it was a blatant attack on like Blackstone, I feel like they're going to do everything they can to divert that notion.
Oh yeah.
Because
my thing too is, like, if somebody's going specifically for a specific thing and reason, and they're this mad, like, so mentally, unhinged, they wouldn't not go to that floor that they intended to go to.
Yeah. Well, there was news that came out today too that BlackRock, who owns Blackstone, State Street, and Vanguard are now facing an antitrust lawsuit after Texas judge allows case uncovering collusion between the three. You think? I mean, what are you talking about?
You mean the
We've only
collusion?
been talking about this for how long?
Yeah. The people's been talking about for years now.
The only reason anybody's doing anything about this is because like boomers are talking about it on Facebook now. Like that's the only reason. Like, oh, the cat's out of the bag, boys. So we're on Facebook now. Like I
don't know, man. It's.
I feel bad for anybody. Like nobody deserves to be like gunned down that way. Well, I mean,
no, they don't.
I'm not going to say that because
me either. Because I do. There are people that would be too good for.
In history,
yes.
In history,
somebody working is not that person.
An employee, even if it is like a corporate job where you're making a ton of money, like a random employee doesn't deserve to be gunned down in the middle of their day. Regardless if she was making $100,000 a minute or, $2,000 a month, you don't deserve to be gunned down for working.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, people work hard to earn a living, and sometimes earn a good living. So,
yeah,
and their values don't always align perfectly with what they do, but they do what they have to do to survive. Yeah. Now that she did a little better and survived, but.
It'd be different if she was the CEO and was, pushing all of this shrinkflation and maximizing profits and taking from the employees' pension funds, like we've talked about. Like who was that recently? Robert Maxwell.
Yep.
But we can't say anybody deserves to be gunned down, but like Robert Maxwell, I don't know.
I mean, there are people that hurt children and stuff, but
yes.
on by that.
Absolutely.
We don't sponsor hate here or
that's true.
Abuse.
So
we only abuse one another.
Yes. But speaking of Robert Maxwell, so they talked, the DOJ talked to Ghislaine. And what's crazy, there's a couple things that have happened today since I was even able to write this up. But so she met with the U.S. Deputy Attorney General for a total of 9 hours over 2 days in Tallahassee, Florida, for her role in sex trafficking crimes. And David Oscar Marcus, who's that attorney or her attorney, stated she answered every single question about maybe 100 different people. And I find what I'm about to tell you next suspicious. So it came out earlier today that she has quietly been moved from a Florida prison to a federal prison in Texas today. And then the second thing, let me find this other. I saved a snippet here. Her scheduled congressional deposition. So that's how this was supposed to go. She was supposed to have this conversation with the attorney general and her lawyer, and then it was supposed to go to a congressional hearing where she testified about these 100 people. And quietly today, her scheduled congressional deposition is indefinitely postponed.
Hmm.
And people in the comments are like, yes, it's postponed until she can be unalived.
Right. Well, I mean, what was it? A week ago, they were supposed to vote on things involving her, and dude, over everything, sent everybody home a day early, so it couldn't be voted on. And it's like, you work 12 days a year, do your job.
Yeah, they're not going to. Just like they voted, they were wanting to look in. You know how we always joke about all of our politicians making all this money from the stock market?
Yeah.
They voted to protect that this week. And it goes back to what we were saying. They're not going to police themselves.
No.
They're not going to out themselves and put themselves in prison.
Literally, if one of us did like inciting training to where we made like a couple extra $1,000, we'd be put in prison.
I forget what it was.
Martha Stewart got put in prison.
Martha Stewart, the queen,
You know,
the queen. I mean,
the congresswoman in question, I think she made like 9,000 trades and is trading better than any like Goldman Sachs, any of that.
The people that make the damn laws are going to know which way the stock market fluctuates. It's pisses me off to no end because I can't go out here and cheat the system and get me a few extra $1,000.
They're getting it on both ends though. So like, defense contractor comes to you as a congressperson and says, "Hey, we're going to give you $100K to lobby for the production of missiles. Like we want missiles to go to another country so we can make new missiles." Well, she goes and gets all of her constituents together and says, "We're voting for these missiles to go to other countries because we're going to build new missiles."
Yeah.
And then invests into the missile company.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it passes, of course, she's making a ton of money. And she got the $100K for bringing up the idea to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever they thought anybody was stupid, they were saying, "Oh, we write books." Who the hell buys your books? Your books suck. I don't know one person that owns a Nancy Pelosi book.
I did go to an estate sale last week, and someone had a George W. Bush book in the estate sale.
I would read that one.
Hey, I have a Hillary Clinton book.
Fooled me once, can't fool me again.
It's just got a bunch of different shit like that. The leaf don't far from the tomato plant. Like, you know,
And him ducking the shoes. Like, yeah.
got little drawings. Him holding his daddy's hand with stick figures with the sun up there.
Oh, this is related to since we're already angry about all this. So I just wanted to highlight like who they're expecting to pay back all the free money they're giving away. so
Hey, upfront, I got that message this week on my phone.
So the Treasury Department wants you to know, wants every one of you listening to know, that they will be accepting Venmo and PayPal payments through its Gifts to Reduce the Public Debt program at pay.gov so that you can make voluntary contributions toward the national debt. Not to mention, that was our tax money to begin with.
I know.
So you can pay back the debt that they've created by wasting your tax money that they took from you illegally. You can give more money to them if you want to.
What absolutely amazes me is that they actually received $2.7 million last year.
People sent money to them?
Well, yeah, because it's a tax write-off. Like rich people are doing that as a tax write-off.
How much? I don't know.
What? So if you build, like, let's say you built a corporate building,
yeah,
you could, if you had to pay taxes on a build or something, you could then offset that with a donation and say, I maxed out my donations, and it offsets your taxes that you'd otherwise have to pay.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I mean, it's technically a legal form of that. Yes.
It's a legal form of money laundering, like Chris was saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I did. I got that text this week. Now you can use Venmo. Yada yada yada. I'm like, junk.
Really, well, it's like you always hear, super rich people don't have to pay taxes because of these loopholes.
I want to watch that news anchor talk about that.
But yes, they want the poor people that they made poor to also pay for their debts that they created with the poor people's money.
Do you want to know what else I loved about this story? They cap it so you can only send $999,999.99 per transaction.
This is set up for people to launder money. That's exactly what it is. I mean, there's no way your average person can contribute to this right now. Everything costs too much, and the majority of the country lives paycheck to paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
What are they going to give them $10? You know what I mean? That's not enough.
Well, did Did you hear that they're talking about giving us all $600 as a result of all the savings that's happening?
Well, give it to
What
me.
happened to the 5,000?
What
What
I think it
happened to
was
the
6,000.
5,000?
I think it was 6,000.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, it's went down from 6,000 to 600,
Uh-huh.
and we're never going to see a dime of that. Just like the last regime was getting rid of all the student loans. Nothing ever happens. None of it.
Nope.
Nothing ever happens. And the debt that they want you to pay off, they keep spending more money and sending more free stuff to other countries and getting the kickbacks so that we have to rebuild the free stuff.
Yeah.
For at a higher price because inflation's out of control. Been out of control for 5 years.
Let's ice this cake with a Texas AI center guzzles over 463 million gallons of water, and the residents are asked to cut back on their usage.
This is let me look up this statistic. So this sent me down a rabbit hole. Go ahead and read that. Go ahead and read that.
Okay, so in 2023 and 2024, data centers in Central Texas, including Microsoft and the U.S. Army Corps facilities in San Antonio, consumed a combined 463 million gallons of water, equivalent to the usage of tens of thousands of households, according to a July 2025 investigation by the Austin Chronicle and reported by Techie Plus Gamers. This massive water use, primarily for cooling servers, comes amid a severe drought in Texas with 5 years of below average rainfall, prompting stage 3 watering restrictions in San Antonio, limiting residents to watering lawns once a week and imposing surcharges for high usage. Microsoft Stargate campus in Abilene, set to be one of the world's largest AI data centers in partnership with OpenAI, is a key driver of this surge, raising environmental concerns as locals are urged to cut back on water use, including taking shorter showers. So,
I read something earlier this week. The Earth wobble or something or the axis has shifted 31.2 inches, which is more than it has done in history, like in a rapid rate. And they said that it's probably because of the groundwater being sucked out and not being replenished. And they're blaming on human activity. My concern is it's not human activity, it's these fucking corporations.
Like Meta. So Meta is developing 2 different AI centers right now that are going to be like record breaking in their consumption. But here's what nobody's talking about, and where I wonder all the activists and everybody who talks about this kind of thing, nobody's talking about this. But just last year, without all these new ones, AI servers accounted for 15% of our energy consumption.
Yeah.
And if that's without the biggest and baddest centers that have ever existed.
Yeah.
So that's 15 to 20% of our energy is going toward that. We're not developing better ways for energy.
No, we still have one of the oldest grid systems in the world.
Exactly. It's stressing the grid out. Think about that. All these blackouts and stuff that are happening, they're blaming everything except for this.
right.
Not one peep from people on anybody. Nobody is saying that could be a problem if we get up to like 40-50% of our power going toward AI or whatever servers in general. There's no way to support that. We're going to be living basically
back in the dark ages.
Yes.
Well, here's my question, and one of the girls I worked with, we talked about this particular thing today. Why would you not be able to recycle some of that and use the gray water? I mean, because it's just being used for cooling.
Yes.
So what are they doing? Just splashing it out the back gully, and just letting it wash out?
I looked at the number for last year. How much gallons did you say?
463 million.
Okay. So last year alone, again, the biggest and baddest thing ain't out yet. Last year alone, data centers like this use 30 to 100 billion gallons of water.
Mm-hmm. And
nobody's talking about it. Like this should be
by 2030, it'll be up to right at 400 billion.
This should be like a COVID level crisis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's not because, money.
Exactly money. And like there's videos of Mark Zuckerberg bragging about how big and bad these new, one of them's called Prometheus.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one also has an ominous name. I can't remember, but they're going to produce the most power and use the most resources that any center like this has ever used.
Mm-hmm.
And
one of them's in Texas and the other one I think is in Ohio that they're building.
This is what really makes me so angry about it. They pawn all this stuff on us driving to work. They say, "Oh, you're driving to work. Oh, you're running your air conditioner too long. Oh, you got too many lights on."
It's the cows.
It's cows. The cows.
You're eating too much meat. You're eating too much. You're eating too much.
Yeah, and they're gaslighting us to the point and I hate using that term. That's one term I hate more than anything. But this is the definition of gaslighting. They're gaslighting people, normal people like us, to make us think that we're the problem when they are obviously the problem.
Yep. Paving down the rainforest for their
private airstrip.
Yeah, the meetings.
Private airstrip to go talk about how we're ruining the world.
Yeah.
Well, and then let's just go ahead and cut back all the regulations that were at least trying to keep some of this. I mean, it can't be fixed, but you know, I mean, at least keeping it from progressively getting worse.
Yes.
And like I said, we've talked about it a million times. It's not one side or the other. They're all sitting around in the back room playing cards together, talking about what they're going to let through and what they're not. And we can tell them this and that'll appease them. We can tell them this and that'll piss them off at each other.
And I hate classism more than anything, but it is literally at this point, like the more that we look into this stuff and the more we review these things and the more that comes out every day, it literally is classism. It's them and then it's us. Like what they do.
It's a bug's life.
Yeah, it's them telling us what our parents used to tell us: do as I say, not as I do. Like it's bullshit at this point. Like I don't know how to get above it. I do know how, but we're not allowed to say it. which will never happen. But
no, you're right, it won't. And like I said, and I got into a huge argument with I did not get into an argument with my mother. I made a comment and then she didn't talk to me anymore for the rest of the conversation for making this exact same point. It's not left and right. It's them and us.
Yes.
That's all it is.
And you can see the
Larry. Hey, Larry.
Hey,
Larry. We can't say it. We get to jail.
You can literally see the classism the way that it's working right now in Hawaii with the tsunami that was coming this week. In Oprah, she had a road directly to safety for these people, and instead would not open that road and made all the common folk just drive all the way around. But when that tsunami hits, she's going to be on TV, or she's going to be on TV like, hey, can we go ahead and get some donations for all these people? Like,
like I said, two people that could have paid for all of it asking us for money.
Yes. Well, yeah, just like our government is asking us to pay their debt. I mean, what do you expect at this point?
And hey, don't get me wrong. There are people out there that are well-to-do that actually do try to make a difference. There are. And hands down, they're awesome. But when somebody that's worth $400 million, combined, they're probably worth over twice that, asking me and you, oh, we need to help these people. And I'm like, these are your neighbors. And you've got $400 million. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you. Well, and you don't got to spend no money to open a road.
No, hell no.
So, it ain't even it's a sign of like who they are fundamentally, ethically as human beings, if they're human, as things. Because I think part of humanity is, wanting to help your fellow man and, do the best thing to save people's lives. I mean, that's just a fundamental human thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm always going to put mine first because they're right here with me. But for a perfect example, okay, Hurricane Katrina, it wiped out everything. I had a family member call me and shoo me out because I had not left yet to evacuate. And I'm like, you know what? I had someone from Illinois, someone from Arkansas, and someone from England call me and say, what do you need from me?
Yeah.
And that's amazing. And you're going to call and shoo me out instead of offering solutions, and you're not but 3 hours from here.
Yeah.
I don't know, Crystal. I've got faith in humanity. I think your everyday person, like if you just go to Walmart, if there were to be a fire in Walmart, I think everybody, for the most part, is going to work together to save people's lives.
For the most part.
And you may have like 1 out of 100 who's like, I'm saving myself and don't care about everybody else. But
humanity as a whole, I see it all the time. People are generally good to each other, but the only thing we ever hear about is the bad stuff, and we're part of that. We push out the bad stuff. But
like certain things, like we've talked about the Epstein files. That's one of the things. Like if they came out and were like, oh, by the way, everybody here has harmed children or done all of these nefarious things,
or knew about it and let it go.
Yeah,
which
would be like that would be a Bug's Life moment where the ants probably rise up against the grasshoppers, and that's the whole point of this, is they don't want the ants to challenge the grasshoppers.
Yep.
As the easiest metaphor, and they're going to throw everything they can to try to get you away from that story, including bringing aliens back out, which they're on the verge of doing. And I'll let Cecil talk about that one. Who did you say Crystal brought that up?
Yeah. Crystal actually sent this to me earlier this week about the aliens coming.
Well, I can't say that I don't think about that too, Crystal. It's easy to get into that nihilistic mode.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to talk about it? Oops.
Yeah. Bueller.
I didn't think we was actually going to have time for it. But a rare interstellar object the size of Manhattan could be a alien probe. Uh-oh.
Not another alien probe. We've had tons of alien probes in the last year.
Now this one is strange. On July 1st, speeding through interstellar, NASA discovered this on July 1st, speeding through inner solar system at 140,000 miles per hour, according to observations from Atlas, a telescope in Chile, with experts clueless to where it originated from. Now, the strange thing about this thing is is the way that's actually, I can't say that word, trajectory.
Yeah.
And we got a little thing here from Tweet.
It says that if you want to work on that, so it says that the reason they think that it's alien is because of the angle in which that it entered into the solar system. It could indicate an artificial origin, potentially serving as a surveillance probe capable of now don't ask me how they know this, capable of deploying gadgets near Mars, Jupiter, and Venus. But yeah,
capable. Well, the thing about it too is, they also confirmed Planet 9 recently. Finally confirmed it. It's way out there on $18,000 rotate on our 18,000 year orbit or something. Huge giant planet. And we've been hearing about Planet 9, Nibber or whatever, and this thing right here coming through, it's a weird shape, the size of Manhattan, and it's on a strange trajectory. So their theory is that in November we're going to be visited by aliens.
So if you look at the trajectory of this Atlas thing, what they're saying is when it hits Mars, not literally, but when it gets close to Mars, that it's going to break, because it's either manned or unmanned aircraft is what some sort of craft. They're saying it's going to use Mars gravity to slingshot off of this course and intercept Earth.
Yep. So I guess we'll see. It's and whenever they start bringing up these things such as this right here, it really leads me to believe, like, yeah, this is probably possible. It's 100% likely to be something that's headed our way. But what else is happening now?
This is, please stop talking about money. Please stop talking about human trafficking. Please stop talking about all the problems.
Exactly.
There's aliens. There's aliens.
That's right.
We gotta come together, like Ronald Reagan said, and find
It's happening. We're going to space Vietnam.
Well, we do have, what is it? Space. What is it? Space Force.
We do. Yes. Let them take care of it. The aliens are coming, and it's going to be alien Vietnam, and everybody's going to come together, and nobody's going to worry about the debt clock anymore, or human trafficking, child human trafficking. Yes.
Yeah.
I like to think that we're still going to talk about it.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So they put us in prison.
There's tons of stories we didn't get to, but we'll save them for next week.
We'll save them. And everybody tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern when we talk to Mr. Vic Ferrari, author and former New York Police Department detective. He's a very funny man.
Oh yeah. If you ever have wanted to ask a police detective anything, join the show tomorrow. He'll answer anything.
Yep. Go to 4rbs.com, the number 4, the letter RBEES.com. Use the promo code WITF for your 20% off. And let's get these bees back booming. And what's happening on Weird Awakenings tonight?
We're talking about Earth changes.
Earth changes.
The perfect
it kind of works together.
Pole shifts.
And whatnot. And now you can join us every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, right here, same place, same time, same folks. Unless Tully, has a fancy vacation or something. But
I'd like to take another vacation.
Yeah. And
what is that? A vacation?
Yeah.
I don't know this word.
But go ahead and hit like and subscribe if you're not done it yet on whatever platform you're listening on. And thank you all for watching us, because we are watching you.